Google launched Performance Max campaigns at the end of 2021, and they immediately became an essential tool for e-commerce entrepreneurs looking to drive growth for their businesses. However, as with all new Google products, Performance Max has been a work in progress, and I, as well as the wider digital marketing community, have been hoping we'd finally start to see PMax evolve in 2023. And now it sounds like our prayers have been answered. Google have just announced 4 new features that are coming to Performance Max that you need to know about. So join me as we break them down. If you're new here, I'm Daryl and I run an agency called Big Flare, designed to help e-commerce store owners smash their growth goals through paid media. I make videos like this every week, so if you find this update useful, make sure to subscribe. So let's dive in. This first update is something that lots of people asked for, but also something I could see getting misused. Campaign level brand exclusions. So what are these? Brand exclusions pretty much let you select from a list of brands that you don't want to appear in searches for. From what we know so far, you'll be able to exclude your own brand terms and choose from a list of other brands to exclude. Plus, if you want to exclude a brand that isn't on the list, you can ask Google to add it for you. Personally, in most cases, I am not going to recommend entirely excluding your brand terms from your Performance Max or shopping campaigns. Brand keywords, in my opinion, do add incremental value way above what you'd get if you just relied on your organic listings to pick up that traffic. However, some of your brand PPC ads are indeed not adding additional value. To me, this means you need to have the right ROAS targets for brand, targets that are significantly higher than your non-brand targets, to account for the fact that some of the clicks, but not all, some of the clicks have incremental value. And in the case of Performance Max, where it's difficult to segment brand to its own campaign, what I normally recommend is to have a blended ROAS target for Performance Max. Accept the fact that some of that traffic is branded and adjust your ROAS targets upwards to account for the portion of branded traffic clicks that is not incremental, while still capturing that traffic that is incremental. Another new addition that I think will be really valuable for entrepreneurs managing their own campaigns is that Google has overhauled the video creation options within the platform. Google's already offered a video editing suite, and although it's fairly basic in its current state, it's been well worth getting used to if you don't have the video assets of your own to use or don't have the resources to get them produced. However, Google's now doubling down on this feature and integrating it directly into the Performance Max workflow. Previously, you were only able to create videos in the asset library and then manually add them to your campaigns, which was clunky to say the least, and it was easy to miss this entirely, by the way. Videos are only getting more important when it comes to making scroll-stopping ads, and at Big Flare, we think they're essential to having in your campaigns, so this is definitely something you'll want to get your hands on. When I'm running campaigns for my clients, I love getting stuck into the data to see what tweaks I can make to really elevate how they perform. So this next edition is something I'm really looking forward to. Google have announced they are adding a bunch of new options when it comes to reporting on your campaigns. To many of us, PMax has always felt like a bit of a black box, where Google seemed to make it as difficult as possible to see how you're performing and where it's spending your money, so any attempt to bolster reporting options is a step in the right direction, in my opinion. From what we know so far, we'll have conversions, conversion value, cost, and other metrics available at the asset group level. And while we don't yet have the full list of columns that will be added, this will be a great way of seeing what's really driving your performance. I'd have loved to see the addition of some more breakdowns that give Google a little more accountability over how it spends our budgets, like spend split by network, for example. But I expect Google will continue to refine Performance Max over time. Aside from these new columns, budget pacing insights are also getting added. These should provide automated suggestions to optimize budgets and improve performance, including outlines around how much a campaign is projected to spend, as well as current and forecasted conversion performance. The final feature that Google announced is the fact that page feeds are now going to be integrated into PMax campaigns as well. This is something that will allow you to look at some of the performance from your search campaigns and use this to optimize your Performance Max activity. For example, with page feeds, you can direct traffic to specific landing page URLs on your website and group those URLs by theme in the same way that you would a product feed. This is great for having a little more control over where exactly on your site you want a user to end up after engaging with your ad. To me, this seems like a fairly natural addition to the Performance Max infrastructure, but I still think I'll be opting to focus on product feeds for e-commerce activity. Nonetheless, I'm excited to see how creative people can get once they get their hands on this new feature. And that's everything that got announced. Frustratingly, although Google have teased us a little with these updates, we don't know exactly when they're getting added to the platform, and they could well be drip-fed. However, I'll be sure to make a video in the coming months on how I actually use these new features to make sure you get the most from every option available in Performance Max. Obviously, there are still a load more improvements we'd like to see across Performance Max, and I'm really interested to hear what fixes you'd like Google to release in 2023. If there's anything that's been bugging you, let me know in the comments. And who knows, maybe someone from the product team at Google might find this video and we'll see PMax in an even better place by next year. Love to see the... Sorry, I'm going to do that again. Can you hear that? Irene is packing stuff for Japan and I don't know if you can hear that. Like, spend split by network. Oh, no, that's the wrong voicing to use. Big op from that sounds weird. Let's do that again. However, I'll be sure to make a video.